Joining us now is Republican Congressman Mike Kelly, who sits on the House Ways and Means Committee. Great to see you this morning. Let's talk a little bit about momentum, if we can. How much are you feeling that, and did that aid you in getting that continuing resolution signed?
Listen, you know what, Harris? I'll tell you what. For those people on the Trump train or not on the Trump train, this is high-speed rail right now. And so if you're not on the Trump train, you better get on the train or get off the tracks. You're going to get run over. Look, you know, the House had done its work in the appropriations. We had our 12 bills ready to go. Unfortunately, they didn't get through the Senate. But the big news is for America. You look at today, and I can tell you, walking around the streets of Pittsburgh, people walking more erect, not just whispering Merry Christmas, but saying, hey, Merry Christmas. You can feel it. You can see it. And I'm not just pumping sunshine for the sake of pumping sunshine. I'm telling you, this is a different country. In 11 months, this president has changed the entire complexion of our entire country and our place in the world. We're no longer leading from behind. We're leading from the front, and everybody else is looking to us and say, go, go, go.
Congressman Kelly, that line of pumping sunshine is going to get a hashtag. I can feel it already on social media. Let's talk a little bit, though, about the battle that lies ahead. You know, the president did say that there's an opportunity for Democrats if they want to get together with infrastructure. I'm curious to see if he'll start there. I know that House Speaker Paul Ryan has talked about starting with entitlements, welfare reform. Where do you think that the battle will begin and where the victories will come?
Well, you know, I think the big victories, and I think the president's absolutely right on this, it is going to come on infrastructure because there's tremendous agreement that if we're going to make America great again, we got to look at what makes America great. And it is our infrastructure. So whether it's our rails, our roads, our rivers, whatever it is, or our runways, we've got to get back to who we are as a country. We no longer can have a third world look and be a first-class nation. So I look at that. There is great agreement on getting that work done. So I would say, and I agree completely with this president, because there's nobody that understands business better than this guy, and it's always ahead of time and below budget. We can do things that are great for America right now today. Making America great again begins with making our infrastructure great again. So I'd like to see us go forward with that because there's such great opportunity and great bipartisan support for it. You
know, I feel your energy. I'm wondering if everybody can stay this excited through the holiday season, because when the new year dawns, you've punted with a continuing resolution, the battle over the budget, through January 19th. Outside of infrastructure, it will get difficult, though. Immigration, the Dreamers Act with DACA. You've got some things that are coming down the pike. And before we even get to those, tax reform, do you really think you have to sell it so hard, or can you turn the corner without doing that?
Well, you know what? We have to sell it hard because too many people are saying about the downside of it. It's so upside down what they're saying, and what they're saying defies what actually is happening in the marketplace in America right now. For instance, where I'm from, in Pennsylvania's 3rd Congressional District, that average family of 4, middle income earners, about $74,000 a year, they're going to get to keep almost $2,000 of their own money instead of sending it off to the federal government. I'd like to see them. They earned it. Let them keep it. Let them spend it the way they want, or save it the way they want. There's just so much good. You know, Harris, this time of the year, and I'm sure you're like me, as a young children, we make out our list to Santa Claus and we tell them everything we want and we send it off to the North Pole. And then we come down Christmas morning, and underneath the tree are all these wonderful gifts. Now, I'm sure you're like me. I never got everything I wanted, but boy, was I glad for everything we got. This is truly a December to remember. This is the best thing that's happened to America in a long, long time. I'm so excited. Everybody wins.
I got to step into the president giving a shout out to some of the companies passing on those tax cut savings to their employees. Let's take a look at that.
You have some great companies. I want to thank AT&T, who actually was the first out of the box, and Boeing and Sinclair and Wells Fargo and Comcast, even though they own NBC, which is not so nice to the presidency or the president. But Comcast also, they all have made tremendous contributions to their employees and tremendous contributions to spending money in this country because of the tax bill.
All right, so in that, we'll let the president have the last word, but I want to go back to that fight over DACA and other issues that will be tough in 2018.
Well, listen, there are going to be some tough issues, but you know what? We get elected to do the right things for the right reasons, because good things will happen. We've got to solve these problems, and we've got to do them in a way that is truly bipartisan. I'm so tired of looking at a country that's divided and not united. We are not the divided states of America. We are the United States of America.
Do you think you can get some Democrats to come on board with the Dreamers Act, and are Republicans willing to meet them halfway?
Do you know what? I think we're all willing to work together. I think you got to be careful that you don't get polarized and you don't go so far down a road that you can't come back because then people say you flip-flopped. Look carefully at what's going on and make sure that you understand the issue before you start popping off. Sometimes you look back and say, boy, I wish I hadn't said it that way. There's a lot more to this than what I realized. We have an obligation and a responsibility, and I feel so privileged that the people of Pennsylvania's 3rd Congressional District sent me to Washington to represent them, that I'm looking forward to the discussion, I'm looking forward to the debate, and I'm looking forward to doing the right thing.
I like what you said, that part about don't go so far down one road that it looks like you flipped. That's probably good advice on a whole host of things in life. Congressman Kelly of the great state of Pennsylvania, Merry Christmas, and thank you for your time.
You know, Harris, Merry Christmas to you and to all our Fox watchers. Appreciate it.
Hey, how about that? Thanks.